Hi everyone, welcome to Upsy Design Cricut Tutorials. Today we're going to start with getting your Cricut Maker out of the box. We previously did a video on how to get your Cricut Air out of the box, but now I have purchased a Maker, and so it was just delivered by my favorite delivery person, and we're going to go ahead and get started with taking it out of the box. So here it is. So let's start at the beginning and let's get you up and running with your new Maker machine. So inside of your box, let's see what we've got. Got a box from Cricut called Let's Get Started. So I'm going to put that to the side. Got a well-packaged Cricut Maker in here. I must confess that I save all my packaging in case I ever need to wrap it up or do anything with it. And out it comes. Grab the power cord. Let's look under the bottom here, and what else do we find? Well, there's stuff falling everywhere. Got a couple of mats. Let me put those to one side. And I'll put all the pieces back in my box. Okay, so I've got my box put away, and now we have our Maker out. We've got our power cord. Go ahead and pull that out. And let me take the wrapping off the machine itself. Well, now here's how you can tell that I didn't sneak and open this up already, because it's still wrapped in plastic. Let me get something to go ahead and take this off. And then let's see what's in our box. And on the front, it tells you to start. You can go to Cricut.com/setup. And that's going to get you started if you don't have Design Space already loaded. Looks like we've got some materials in here. Our welcome book. Ooh, a blade. Put that to the side. We've also got pen, USB cord, and warranty. Hang on to all of that. So let's take a look at what actually comes in the box. We've got the power adapter, USB cord, pen, the actual blade, fine blade, and the housing itself. That's one thing that makes the Cricut Maker unique, is this housing system that you'll see with the tools that are made specifically for the Maker. So I'm going to keep that safe for just a moment. I've got envelope. Ooh, we've got some fabric in here, some cardstock, and that's going to be used to make our very first project. And then your welcome book. Lots of great information in here about the blades, the knife blade, the rotary blade, some projects that you can do. Oh, this is cute. Okay, I'm going to have to spend some time looking through that. And then, as you saw, I pulled out earlier, we've also got two mats. One's a light grip, 12 by 12, and one's a fabric grip, 12 by 12. And notice up in the top right corner, it'll tell you what the mat is used for. Okay, so let's take a look at the machine itself. I'm going to put these off to the side here. So I'm going to point out a couple of similarities and a couple of differences with the Air machine. So if you have one that I do, I still have my Air 2, and that's not going anywhere. It's going to stay right here, and I'm going to use both machines, which you can use multiple machines with your Design Space account. So first thing I want to point out is you've still got a tool holder area off on the left, so if you want to put, you know, your True Control knife in there or your scoring tool, you do have a container for that. But you'll notice that the Maker is missing the cartridge slot, so it does not have it on this machine like it does on the Air 2. Front of the machine, you'll also notice that there's not an open button like there is on the Air 2. To open this up, just move that out of the way. You're just going to gently lift the lid and the front's going to come forward. You still have a work surface and a storage area in the front. You've got a magnetic strip here that you can actually attach any of your extra little blades. It's a good place to store them. So nice little storage area there. We've got a slot right here across the top. That's a great place if you're needing somewhere to set your tablet or your phone, and you can work right off of your screen, and there's your machine right beneath it. We've got our adaptive tool system housing, and let me go ahead and pull the packing material out very gently, and I'll put that over with my box. You'll see that we've got an A and a B. This is the same as with the Cricut Air 2. You do have an A and a B. Ah, look, we also have our other tool in here as well. This one will look familiar if you're used to seeing the tools for the Air. You can still use the same tools and housing, but you also have the new wheel that comes with the Maker only tools. See how this has a gear system at the top, and so that would drop down into slot B. Just like that. Go ahead and take that out of there for a second. And I'll just slide that back in there so that I know where to find it. In your slot A, you can still use the scoring tool if you have this type of a scoring tool. Notice you've got an arrow, so it lets you know how far that needs to go in, and then click it into place. But I would recommend getting the scoring wheel that is specifically for the Maker. I purchased the combo set, and what that has is a single and a double score. And to swap the different heads on them, you just push the button at the end. This drops out, you can slide this on. And on the back it tells you that it creates these extra deep scores for making perfect folds on thin and thick material. So I would highly recommend that, but if you do still have this other style, nothing wrong with that. You can put it in your tool holder. Now the other tool that I picked up is the knife blade, which also has that drive housing specifically for the Maker. This knife blade is designed to cut up to 3/32 inch balsa wood, 2mm leather, and the 2mm Cricut chipboard. So there's a lot of different options you can have with that. And then of course we've got the knife blade, the fine knife blade that comes with your Maker. One thing I do want to point out, if you do cut chipboard or balsa wood or basswood or anything like that, make sure you slide these all the way to the very end. Get those little wheels out of your way before you start putting your material in there. We'll cover that in more detail when we do a project with wood. So let me slide those back so I don't forget. Alright, also on your machine, you'll notice that we have our power button, our load button, our go button, and our pause button. If you're familiar with the Cricut Air, you're going to notice that you're missing the material wheel. That material wheel was your dial to select the type of material that you're going to be cutting. No need for that on the Maker. You can do all of that within Cricut Design Space. Alright, let's see what else we have here. So, pen that came with your Cricut. These are handy. I do store mine upside down. I think it does better to make sure they don't dry out. You've got a little arrow on here too that tells you how deep you're going to place that, obviously with the cap off. You're going to place that into tool A. Little hint, if you're unsure if you have a fine point or a medium, there'll be an F or an M on the end of your pen. Set that aside. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this in. Spin it around so you can see the back of it. On the back, we're going to have our power. We plug that right in. Take the plastic cap off of here. And then I plug all of my stuff into a surge protector. I'm familiar with frequent power outages, and so I don't need my new equipment getting a power surge. So I'd suggest plugging that into a surge protector. I like to use the USB cord with my machine. My computer is usually close enough that I can run the cord. I find that it does work a little bit faster, not dramatically, just a little bit. So I like to use the USB cord. If you're using Bluetooth, you can use Bluetooth off your tablet, off your phone. The code for your Bluetooth when it gets set up is 0000. That's 4 zeros. That's your PIN code for it. When you're plugging this in, make sure that the end that is more square than flat is what's going to go into your machine. Also, the Cricut logo will go down. That will be facing the ground. Looks like I've got my machine unpacked, ready to go, and now I just need to start my first project. Thank you everybody for joining us today. I will be posting additional documents on my Facebook page with step-by-step instructions on how to unbox your Maker, and a definition page that has it's ever-growing definitions that are used in the Cricut world. There'll also be some information directing you to some web pages within Cricut itself on the adaptive tools system, on the knife blades, and different materials that you can use. So enjoy your machine, and if there's a tutorial that you would specifically like me to make, please let me know. All of the tutorials will be listed as with the letter T in front of them, and then any demonstrations that are projects will have a P in front of them. Thank you and have a great day.